Greetings, comrades, and welcome back to Synergy once again. Here we are, amidst the clouds. We're so zoomed out. This is how we left last time. So, last time we had a little bit of confusion over what we were doing, and I looked back at our previous stuff. Turns out I didn't forget anything. I just didn't really plan much. So, I was looking around in between the episodes, and I feel like I have a little bit of a plan. First of all, we're rushing the production of this thing. I don't know what's happening, but we are not getting as many rocky amalgams as we require. Second thing that we're going to do, we need to limit the production of simple dishes. I think we have our simple dishes going up constantly. So I think what we can do is we can just cap it at the production is, the consumption production thing isn't that different, but I think if we just cap it, I don't know, 600? I think that's more than enough, because how much does a cellar really hold? Let's ask one. Cellar holds 166, and we have 3 different districts, each with a cellar, plus the canteens, which hold 66 of each. So I think that a 600 is decent. We're going to rush this cellar so that we can then remove this one and we can move things around. Another thing that we're going to do here is we are going to take a look at how we can possibly increase the level of this. And we do have some ways of doing it. We can expand the territory of our district to somewhere that will give us scores. So, for example, that way. Why are we getting another plus 50 if we go that way? I don't think we're actually getting the plus 50 because it is capped. But I was just thinking about this because we have to get rid of the overcrowding. There's 2 ways we can do that. The first way is to make sure that some of these people move away. Now, I think what we can do is we can just remove some people from here. So, for example, we could also just fire one of our people working in the kitchen. However, alternatively, we could move one thing, for example, this picker's cabin, which is mostly working down here. One is here and one is there. If we move it to be zoned in here, that will actually mean that we get to add those workers to this zone instead of that zone. At least that's my understanding of how the districts and the zoning works. So perhaps that's what we're going to do right now. We have to worry about this overcrowding. I want these people to move out. We do have space here for people, but our housing doesn't allow people to move out. So let's just think about where we're going to add some additional housing. There is some natural shade here, but there's also whipping gourds. So I'm sort of thinking that maybe this is where we want more agriculture. But we could also populate a little bit more. Let's just take a look at some of these areas. Maybe we can find a little... I think the agricultural place doesn't have to be zoned so meticulously. You know how we've been pretty careful about how exactly we zone our stuff. I think that in like these like pre-made, very even things, especially in the science district, in this agricultural district, I think we can actually work a little bit more spread out, a little bit more, things just go where there's room, because that's kind of how nature works. So let's take a look at where we could maybe put a house. I think maybe a house could be here. I have to look at some of the benefits that we get, because there is stuff like the lounge, the tables, this draped pillar, all of those things we really want to make sure that every house kind of has access to. Okay. I am still thinking we might just move over here. But this looks very nice for agriculture. You know what I mean? So we're gonna build a house. I mean, honestly, we could also just expand this place and just add more houses here. These whipping cords also have a positive impact on the plants around them. You know what? I am going to check if we can put some houses here. Maybe we'll just squeeze them in between the gourds. Squeeze the house between the gourd. Oh wait, if it's that close, then we have to uproot it because of the road. Well, maybe the path can just be special. This is, yeah, improvisational housing. Okay. Can't put it there. But we could probably go here. All of these gourds are going to end up going, and we're not going to end up farming here. It's fine. So then we add the new district here. Oh, wow, that's so much stuff. Oh. We just leveled it up as well. Okay. So then, a couple things that these people would like. First things first, we will ensure that they have plenty of... Let's take a look. They're gonna need water. Are they within range of these? Oh, they are within range of the T-bar and the canteen. So they actually do have access to water, I think. I don't think they need their own water tower. Then we're gonna give them... Oh, this is so nice. You can just go down the list. We have the health. Don't need that right now. The sun awning is unnecessary. What if we gave them a fountain? As a treat. There's a 2x2 fountain. I don't have a lot of 1x1 slots. First, let's figure out the rest then. We'll do the fountain last. So we definitely have this social stuff. The bench is... The bench could be here or under the tree. I'll go with a little bench under the tree. And then we could also just have a dining table, but that's the same. That is benches and tables. Then we have the fabric decorations, which come in a bunch of different shapes. This is the one that's got the long impact, which we don't really need right now. Oh, do all of them have long impact? Oh, they do. Well, you know what? We can have a banner plus a well side by side. I don't have a nice visible place to put it. Here in front it's gonna obstruct the bench. And the well isn't gonna look that nice. Guess we can still do it. It's well-being and there's wells. I guess they're water fountains. Okay. So then we have those banners sorted. That's all sorted. And then the knowledge stuff. I think they are going to be out of range for some of this knowledge shenanigans. This is in range. Where's our... Okay, the Explorer's Hut is in Spain. We could maybe retrieve the Explorer's Hut later. This isn't really a priority. Maybe I'll do it right now just because we do have to worry about it, this right now. And then I'm just going to say this is high priority as well. Why are our buildings not being done, by the way? I feel like we're not getting constructions. Okay, finally, this is done. Max all, minimize all. Let's just relocate this. The expedition has reached its destination. Give and take. The party spots a group of people waving frantically in front of a house in the distance. As they come closer, the occupants begin to exclaim that they have been waiting for them for so long. And why are they so late? They practically drag the explorers by the sleeves to the entrance, which momentarily lights up in purple every time someone goes in. The explorers are bewildered, but their hosts prove rather welcoming. They pick fruit from the humming incubators and fill their cups with fermented tea. Before settling in for the night, one of the overenthusiastic hosts confidently approaches an explorer, telling him that people accepting the refuge's hospitality can't leave before transmitting it to the next visitors. The party has to pay that price too. I'm so glad you guys came by. We've been waiting for the next visitors for over a cycle. We thought we'd be trapped here forever. Ooh, wait, what does it mean to build a beacon? But we get science, which is going to be capped at 300. Yeah, let's build a beacon. This sounds fun, right? Refusing to accept that they would have to stay in the refuge for an entire cycle or worse, for eternity, the explorers gather around a table to consider their situation. In any case, it would be ill-advised to ignore that rule that governs the refuge. They arrive at an easy solution to lure other guests as soon as possible. After collecting bioluminescent particles in the nearby oasis, the party spends a few days building a beacon and place it on a wooden structure directly above the refuge. I like this little graphic, it's cute. Quickly enough, a group of parched travelers answers the call and are given free hospitality and a warning. I like this. I think it's cute. It's a cute little way that it works. And now with the beacon in it, it's like a pay it forward. There's another tablet there in that swamp, but we gotta return. We don't have enough food. We did get some food just now, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Alright, so our science is gonna be capped soon. Our problem was not the science, right? It was mostly the heritage points. We didn't want to spend those on stuff. Need 200 for that. I say I might still want to actually get... No, let's get this first. It makes sense to get this first. Plant reintroduction versus autonomous garden. And who are you? Oh, so many heritage points. But yeah, why is stuff being built so slowly? It's almost as if there's just no priority to this. Our knowledge is dropping because one of our districts is overpopulated, which we don't love. So yeah, one of the ways that we can increase the value of this district is we can encapsulate a few more plants, native plants. We can include them in the district. So this could actually be these guys, right? Cinder sprouts? Do you count? And just max that out. Maximum number of science points reached. Don't do this to me, Helen. I wish I could get more culture points faster, or whatever they're called. Yeah, we can get 50 points like this. And then we want to be able to, we can still get, oh, reach a prosperity score of 10,000. Wow. Okay. The next thing that we want to do is we want to add some street lamps. So 5 different decorations in this section and 5 different decorations in this section. We don't have a community board? What gives? Well, we certainly have some decoration space. So it's time to add some stuff. Is there any empty 1x1s? I feel like we've been pretty good at filling them in. Ah, there's some space here. That lamp is not within the district. Okay. Community board. Oh, there could be a signpost here in the corner. Wait, I'm gonna move this lamp somewhere else and put a signpost right in that corner. That's also outside of the area. Well, lamp can be there. Signpost right here. Macerating plant. There's a lot of space over here. Ah, we do have a little vertical line of shenanigans. I say put that there. Did you do anything? No. I like the singing antennas as well. They're cute. The playground. I like the playground. Maybe we'll just add that here. If these people don't need anything, the playground can stay there, right? Let's see, how we doing? Playground is gonna max that out. Then we need shelf, domestic cistern, mobile workbench, or community board. Okay. Just hide that back there. And there. And then, I mean, having an empty space is also sometimes just a decoration. I'll go with that. Okay, this should fix the overcrowding issues, as should the construction of these. Expedition return! Your citizens have returned from their expedition and brought back 1 new tablet and the following resources. Okay, here's a question. What was my question? Tablet. What are we spending our tablet on? Tablets are pretty limited. Here are our options. I guess we don't have our options presented like that. I like this thing, the securing caves, which makes caves like an infinite resource extraction. Or I don't know if it's infinite, but it do be making caves. Then what else is a tablet? This, which allows thorns for tools. We could use thorns in the making of tools by pulverizing them to form chipboard blocks. We don't really need that, I don't think. Oh, you know what? We could get this thing done now. That's wonderful. Botanical Discovery is also a tablet. One of our researchers is currently trying to decipher an old botany book. It contains written instructions and recommended best practices intended for pickers and farmers. So it increases the number of the range and the number of planned actions. But honestly, I don't think that's that good for us because we do be constantly busy in those anyway with the 3 actions that we have. Toxic water could replace clean water in several buildings' hydraulic systems. However, we'll have to secure said systems to avoid intoxicating our workers. So this creates alternative recipes so that you can use toxic water instead of clean water for the production of different things, which I think is really cool. But I think we should go with the caves. Let's see, are there even any caves? Maybe we just keep the tablet. For now, let's get plant reintroduction. Do we actually have 900 seeds? Thanks to our farmers' efforts, this large flower bed even stays green during droughts. Pretty! Alright. Various floors of the plant nursery allow plants from upper level to release their water surplus onto the plants below. Allows your citizens to plant sprouts that were analyzed or found through exploration. Oh! That's fun. So we're trying to reach a knowledge of 13. This is going to really enhance our district. Ooh. And that's the perfect place to put it. This is gonna bring the value of our district up. We did just level this one. Have you already leveled? Okay, this one's also leveled. That's why our science thingy has gone up. Excellent. So now, as long as there's not too much housing available, we'll be fine. Actually, we do have the problem that we might need to actually get a little bit more housing in here because our population is going to be capped soon. We should definitely send our explorers out. I have no memory of what we needed there in that camp. But let's go explore over here. Smoke cloud explored. So once we get the knowledge, the expedition is the last thing. So yeah, let's just go do the expedition, I guess. We can go visit the other places first, right? Send the expedition. Give them enough food. For 2 destinations. Okay. So why is the knowledge not... It's reassuring to know we're not alone. Yeah. Knowledge here is 15. Do you guys need another weather station? Those are kind of expensive. Our knowledge in most other places is 10. $15 here. 15 here and drops to 10. Outside of the radius of the weather station. Yeah, that's our only other science thing. Is there anything else that we could use to generate science points? I'll think about it. Okay, so this thing, we could build it. Our tools are leaving. We are gonna need to shift to tool making. Okay, so we've done a lot of seeding here. What do we pick from seeding this thing? Mushrooms? Do we just have a ton of mushrooms? We have 1337 mushrooms. I think that's enough. So perhaps what we will do is no longer seed them. I'm gonna say cancel that. And then you know what you'll do? You will pick. Oh, that's gonna be a lot of rocks. You can start seeding them then instead, because I think these... Oh, you are seeding them. They're just not growing here. That's interesting. Okay, the stone houses are being done down there. What happened to my speech capabilities? How do we boost the science? What would even be a science building? Are you a science building? Magnetic theory. Local plants can be particularly reactive to the mineral content of their soil. Forging a complex magnet would allow us to control the density of the mineral concentration nearby. What are you talking about? Oh. This electromagnetic diffuser allows us to impact surrounding matter, accelerating the formation of minerals or preventing it. Wow. So I wonder if this provides any science. And since we have no other cooling. Oh, interesting. Since we have no other stuff right now going on, I think we should just get that. Nope. Sad. Okay, so this building is taking us into soil modification territory, which is very fun. Feels like we're gonna be farming and terraforming and stuff. But for now, how do we get the stuff? I guess we just have to take the plunge and build a weather station down here, which is fine. Oh, if we built it up here, might even cover some of the buildings up there. Okay. Let's take a look at our tool consumption though. Miss Tool? Where would the tools be? Oh, probably on this side. Musical instruments. That's so fun. I honestly cannot find tools. Hold up. They're under... Oh, there's just a... I moused over them multiple times. Okay, so this is a problem. This is a problem. That is a lot of tool consumption, not a lot of tool production. We are gonna need another foundry. Another forge. And then that's probably gonna result in branches reducing. What can we do to make stone crafting or, yeah, well. Okay, let us begin. So, oh wow, it's almost max. We have space for 2 more houses? 9, yeah. 2 more houses could be built somewhere, but it's not like we have anywhere to put them where they will benefit from all of the things. Could move this laboratory. Oh, speaking of the laboratory, that's one of the things I wanted to do today, is just do a lot of studies. Do a lot of natural studies. If we do make space here, we might be able to get away with this. House? Yeah, maybe we move the pontoon. This is our OG pontoon though. It feels so sad to move it. But if we move it outside, we move the assignment tower. Still haven't built any of these things. Okay, guys, what's going on? It's not that dire of a situation. So we move that. Move the pontoon. Then we're gonna move this bench over here. Then we create 1 house. This house could just have a view of the ocean. An ocean view house. Maybe that doesn't make much sense. Well, it's happening. Okay, and then the field laboratory, the filled laboratory can be here, and it still touches all the buildings. And then the last house can be here. Yeah, that's gonna take care of us for a while, I think. Oh, we actually have a bonus field laboratory there. Why do we have 2? Did I just forget about the other one that was there? Probably. probably. That sounds like a thing I would do. Okay, so they're building the weather station. I'm a little sad that the weather station is not actually helping us with predicting the weather. Okay, we are going to send... Oh, our expedition's out there, right? We don't need to send. It's already been sent. It's been sended. And a field laboratory activate. And then really, you're unnecessary. Second laboratory here, right? We have one here covering everything. Yeah, so goodbye to you. Okay, so next thing that actually also I just remembered, we unlocked the last research mode. First, we're going to check if any of these still need to be researched, and I don't think they do. Why are those like that? What does it mean that that's lit up? You're a researcher. Why do you care that they're seed scattering it? Anyway, ground quality. Oh, baby, let's go. What's that? Oh, the veggies. Wait, we made it all the way to the veggies even. So, just gonna study some keeping cool. The Green Park District's last improvements are complete, but it didn't go smoothly. One afternoon, many of the builders were unable to withstand physical work in such temperatures and they passed out from the heat. After examining the sick, our doctor stated the following. First, the temperature of the building sites had to be cooled down. Second, moving from one building to another could be made easier by installing cool areas at short intervals. The sooner the better. We should build water holes so our citizens can freshen up and cultivate plants to create shaded areas and fresh spaces near their homes. Okay, this is perfect because if we're about to start interfering with the nature, it's going to be a problem. Also, welcome to the dry season, everyone. You know what the dry season is? Season of building, because all the pontoons need to close. But yeah, so we've got those researchers on that. Then we could have these researchers on something, actually. You can be on this tree. You know what? Maybe we'll cancel the mushroom for you. So each on 2, right? So we'll cancel mushroom for you. And then the last gang, you are gonna do the ground quality analysis on these bushes, these trees. There's more. Right, we need to analyze these guys and those guys and those guys. Oh yeah. Okay, we're gonna spread out these responsibilities a little bit more. You can start on that. You've got a lot of these at home, so you can study the bush. Do you guys like to study the bush? You're gonna cancel those because those can be covered by the other one. Yeah, you could cover this and this. God. And this. Okay. We've got a good spread, I think. Oh no, wait, this guy's doing that. Yeah, we don't need to do the sad little weepy tree. Are you studying the sad little weepy tree as well? No. Okay. And then you are going to study the whipping cords. Okay, now I think we've covered everything. So they can work on that while we figure out our life. And now it is time to unpontoon the whole situation. I do feel like there should just be a setting to stop pontooning and then to reset pontooning, because when you have this many pontoons, what if we forget one? What if we miss one? During, when the season changes back. Expedition has reached its destination. After a long descent to the bottom of a tectonic rift, the explorers find a strange contraption that looks like the rail for transport, but is made of angular layers of brown keratin. Ooh. The structure's numerous pockets help collect moisture, and there's an abundance of fibrous plants growing there. The rail seems to continue all along the rift and even beyond. At the valley's two V-shaped nooks, the party makes out little tunnels that seem to continue further. They could explore them, but it would be a shame not to collect the plants, considering that they can be used for crafting. So we could follow the tracks, of course. As they walk further, the rail develops a more organic and oozing appearance. Unlike what they first discovered, the substance seems to consist of some kind of resin, and the pieces of keratin look flexible, but it says looks, as if they had just been dropped. Low roars shake the cave. Whatever left those traces isn't far. We're gonna find it. A gigantic mollusk, illuminated by the bluish reflection of the rock faces, appears before the explorers. Its sticky surface is drier at the back and partly ripped, revealing several superposed keratin layers corresponding to the creature's trail. It seems to swallow gravel as it slithers past and digest it to produce organic matter. So we can give tools for resin or for, what is that? That's like a thing. We're getting resin, right? That seems the rarer. But both of these seem like a lot of tools being used for not much. So we explore the smoke cloud. Oh, but we left. Oh, I should have taken more. Well, let's go to this camp now because that's all we have enough for, right? Send the expedition. So as they activate this, our science, I mean, we have nothing else to do to kick the knowledge up. Every single house should have 15 knowledge when that happens. And now the knowledge is somehow 12. Okay, there we go. 15 knowledge. Thank you, weather station. Cool. The cure-all. Oh yeah, we also had a quest for this. When the messenger from Caledon Chasm sees the results of our research, he can't hide his admiration. Our scientists show him how the heat from the production buildings can be redirected through a series of conducts. It's gonna be probably conduits or ducts. Conducts? Conductors? To dehydrate the toxic mushrooms and purify the air. The messenger takes the blueprints, thanking our scientists one last time, while his silhouette vanishes on the horizon. Yay! Okay, giant fungus. So we've got some analyses. Oh, there's a lot happening all of a sudden. We had such a slow day, and now it's just like, bam, and this, and that, and a trough, and a decoration. And a thing. T-bar. Okay, so what was our other thing? Well-being of at least 14? Our well-being is currently 12. But don't you worry about that. Don't you worry your pretty little head. What? Why are we not picking... Did we limit our rock collection? And why would we do that? We need more rock. Yes. Okay. Honestly, just grab as many boreal rocks as you can. You're living in an era of infinite boreal rocks over there. Okay. Oh, look at these. These are also being lovely. Is this where we're getting, seeds? We've kind of made a mess. We've got so many pickers cabins. I should have checked what we were actually doing here. So our branches are going down. We were just covering these bushes, right? Picking one bush for fruit. Wait. Is there fruit to sour pods? Yeah, we gotta pick the fruit for sour pods. And then the other one we could be seed scattering. Ooh, or maybe seeding it for more. No, we're gonna do... Oh. Do we have an income of seeds? We don't have rotten resources. We have seeds growing. But we have such a chaotic situation in terms of our production right now. I can't remember who is doing in terms of these pickers cabins because we have so many of them. So many pickers cabins and none of them make sense. But okay, let's take a look at some of these analyses. How about that? So the cabbage shrub. The death of a cabbage shrub is generally considered a very serious matter as a sign that the soil is no longer fit to sustain life and therefore often spells doom for any village in the area. Health boosted by humidity high dies when planted in dry soil. Continue. Hatted trees were very widespread in the past, and their seeds can still be found in the soil today, ready to sprout at the first chance given. So they are boosted by humidity, dies when planted in moist soil. So if we get water around the place, then those won't be very happy. Plant nursery. Planting. The planting action can be ordered at the plant nursery. It costs many seeds and often clean water. New plants can be obtained during expeditions. They can be integrated into your environment through planting. Plants can't be integrated anywhere. They have needs depending on the soil properties, temperature, humidity, organic matter, and minerals. A plant's needs are revealed through a ground quality analysis. This information is added to the plant's panel. For each property, there are 3 possible information types. The plant can be satisfied whatever the value. The higher the value, the more or less the plant is satisfied, or the plant needs a specific value. The bigger the difference against the value, the less satisfied the plant will be. When planting, a heat map will be displayed that highlights the places that are best suited for the plant. Note, the heat map may be incomplete as it's based on the knowledge you have. The more satisfied a plant is, the quicker it will grow, proliferate, and provide resources. When a plant is sick, it provides rotten resources, and dies if it stays in that state for too long. So, we got one of these Hydra seeds, right? We got it as a special thing. What do they get us? So, let's see who the native Hydra seed is. Hi! So the orange is native. So can we just plant one? Let's try this. So I'm gonna plant blue. One blue right there. And then also, if we could just plant these things. Can we now make this thing that I dreamed of where we just go like boop, 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 boop? Maybe that's what we're gonna do. What is the best supply of branches? It's just more sunshade trees, right? Maybe we could plant a sunshade shade. Wait, what'd you need? Toxic water. Oh, we have more analyses. The moss which covers our rock and dunes makes up most of the trickster root's diet, and the ground, enriched by broken down lichen, then provides it with a comfortable base from where it can conquer the rest of the desert. Dies when located outside of the mossy biome. Health boosted by organic matter high, bonus granted when planted in living soil. The aptly named diluvian bushes are primarily known for growing near lake shores and in regions where rainfall is more common. So high humidity, bonus granted when planted in moist soil, dies when planted in hot soil. So putting them around that tree is actually smart. The expedition has reached its destination. Disaster. Irrigation canals project must be completed in a research tree to be used in exploration events. Did we do? I think we did it, right? We have it. Every village we visited during our last trip now lies in ruins, with empty streets and withered gardens. A cursory analysis reveals that dehydration and other complications stemming from the drought are responsible for the majority of the damage. We had never seen one so severe before. Some kind of abnormal event, almost unique in nature, must have occurred here. We have to thoroughly examine the groundwater to understand what happened here. The party triggers the pump and waits for something to happen. The device struggles to draw as much as a drop, and small fragments of dirt seem to be accumulating in the pipes instead. A quick inspection reveals they are in fact chunks of mushroom, split from a huge specimen. Sweeping away the sand, our explorers find the mushroom, a totally ordinary species showcasing a never-before-seen behavior. The mushroom seems to have absorbed every bit of water sitting in this vicinity as a reaction to the drought, a survival mechanism which led to the doom of all human beings living nearby. We hoped to come to the aid of our neighbors, but what good are we if everything must end this way? What good are we? Oh, did we do something wrong? I hope not. So we have... Do we have enough for one more location? 48 plus 72 is 80 plus 40 is 120, and we have 120. I guess let's go look at that smoke cloud. Only horror awaited our researchers at the end of their expedition. Countless ruined and deserted villages were all they saw until they ran out of supplies on their way to the next stop. And each of them, both young and old, has now witnessed death or exile firsthand. Our explorers have learned that some subterranean plants had soaked up what was left of the groundwater. These species normally grow in perfect harmony with their environment. What could have caused such a change? This phenomenon only makes the danger of the drought worse. The heat is now becoming unbearable, and we need enough shade to protect our volunteers from the sun. Perform 3 ground quality analyses. Well, you came just in time. Have 8 sunshade tree with a health level of 60% or higher. Okay. I see what we're doing. Oh, hey, are these trees? No, they're not doing great. So, does this thing still work? Oh. It needs to be like pumped now. That's kind of bad. During a time of drought, she needs attention. Why are you stopping? Production limit reached on what? Boreal rocks are now unlimited, so please make unlimited boreal rocks. Is production limit reached on those? On bark? I'm just gonna... do that. Infinite storage glitch. Alright, so we have our blue hydra tree. And now everybody can contribute one exploration, one analysis to it. You can do a surface analysis. You can do an environmental impact analysis. And you can do a ground quality analysis. Also, we can safely shut down this cellar now, because that one is good. And we can actually make this place prettier. I think we'll have to do that part next time. But look. Now I can actually think about these sunshade trees. How do we increase their health? Analyze a plant. Did we not analyze these yet? I guess that's still coming. Oh, yeah, that's coming last. Okay. Cool. Petrified giant. Like a grain of sand wrapping itself in a pearly shell, the mushroom of the petrified giant goes through several layers of boreal stone, wearing it like armor, and reaching its highest point in the summer. Health boosted by temperature high, bonus granted when planted in hot soil, dies when planted in moist soil. So some of this is gonna affect it, because there's gonna be some moisture here, right? Humidity! Oh, it's 50, so it's not super bad. Temperature! Oh, that's lovely. Have a lovely reduced temperature over here. Is it because of the well? Oh. I just tried to press escape to remove the overview. Water distribution. You guys don't need a water tower, right? You're covered by a canteen. Yeah, it's fine. They're fine. So we're gonna study this Hydra tree and then we'll probably remove it, but Scuttlebutt. I am interested in so this is seeding. What does seeding give us? It gives us seeds. Who would have thought? And you are picking. Oh no, you're picking those, but seeding. Seeding here? What on earth? Get rid of that. I would say join the picking party, right? Diluvian bush has expanded. Expedition has reached its location. Waking nightmare. Oh yeah! Now we have some purifying remedies, that's right. Let's go again. The explorers approach a huge tree they spotted from the hills. They hope to collect some bark, branches, and fruit. However, when they arrive at the grove around the tree, they feel a persistent gas fill their lungs. They find themselves feeling confused and start thinking they can see giants with legs projecting sharp shadows among the trees. Many flee the danger, and soon enough the party's objective is all but forgotten. We have our purifying remedies. Oh, look at the... I love the art. I love the little shade hats. I would love a shade hat, IRL. Luckily, our purifying remedies neutralize the effects of any substance external to the human body. However, they make the patients vomit their hearts out. Despite feeling unwell, the explorers have to carry on with their mission. They quickly collect all they can to forget the humiliation they've just suffered. Oh, that's so sad. But we got resonant seeds. And we finished that area. Let's return home. Yep, that's perfect. Look at this, it's coming along. Think you could swap it to clean water? So what is all of the impacts of this thing? It do be reducing the temperature, that's fun. Giant fungus. The giant fungus swells up like a balloon at the first sign of organic matter, quickly covering up any nearby oases. It is, however, quite soft and tends to melt pleasantly in the mouth. So it does a minus to organic matter. Health boosted by organic matter high. Bonus granted when planted in living soil. And it can be harvested or just ripped out. And both things, the same thing. Except we could notch it for toxic water, which could be good during the dark times. Where's the water tower? And by the dark times, I guess I mean the extremely bright times, because it's dry. Let's see what our research is doing. Let's go for this. I've been avoiding the autonomous garden for such a long time. Let's grab it. Autonomous garden. Amber Sarracenias produce spices and yeast, but require survival equipment to be grown. An autonomous garden should keep them healthy. Whoa, it's huge! Where though? Where's it gonna go? If we prepare this place for farming, we could dump this out. Put that there. Yes. This is the plan. Okay. I'm gonna need you to pick these before we go. I'm gonna rip out a whipping gourd. Can we plant whipping gourds? Why can't I rip you out? There we go. Do we have the ability to plant a whipping gourd? Oh, we do! Oh! Lovely. So, is the sunshade tree being analyzed now? Where's my analyzers? Yes. Okay, that's good. That's kind of important. What's the last thing? Is a well-being of 14. That will be good. All right. Oh, it's a cinder sprout. In the past, the most superstitious farmers would sprinkle water on the ground at the start of summer to stop any cinder sprouts from growing. Though the principle was sound, the results were ambiguous. Dies when planted in moist soil, health boosted when temperature high, bonus granted when planted in hot soil. Okay. We've now got some quite good information. I don't want to interrupt the natural boys. Oh, these guys are missing food? What's up with Miss Cafeteria? High priority. I guess it's still good to have a cellar, because a cellar can store way more. Oh, wait. There you go. That'll fix it. That'll also help. Okay, so the last analysis that we need to do... What is that icon? Inventory is full! Okay, we're gonna have to worry about a warehouse next. The last thing that the last analysis is the tree, but I'm gonna save that for next time. It's time for us to wrap up. So we quite successfully did some stuff today. We're getting into the groove of it. I mean, we've gotten into the groove of it. We're getting into now the controlling our environment. We're getting into controlling our environment. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to do all the things that you do when you've enjoyed a video. Most importantly, tell a friend, because YouTube isn't going to. And also, you can come say hi at twitch.tv/lulling, where I stream 5 times a week, 5 days a week. I'm there all the time. And then, last but not least, make sure to check out some of the other stuff on this channel. I will be very grateful. Thank you so much for hanging out, everybody, and I will see you around. Bye!